Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You join us here at Tisley Park again as we follow the SFC 1 Central as the Oxford Saints take on the Rushmoor Knights. Now, Oxford in their first foray into the 2024 season, 50-0 against the Portsmouth Dreadnoughts, whilst Rushmore are on the top of the table, 3-0, beating Portsmouth, beating Wembley, and last week the Hornets could not manage to field a team. Going to be interesting to see what happens there. They're now 3-0. Question is today, can the Oxford Saints pull off a miracle? Teb's here, joined by Alfie Reeves.
Hello everyone, it's a beautiful day for it here in Oxford, Tisley Park in
Abingdon.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for it. I mean, I think they're going to be sweating to death in the pads, but we'll see how they can do.
So here we go, Rushmore are going to be receiving the ball. Now, the Oxford Saints, first quarter, last time against Portsmouth. You know, I've said this to a few of the Oxford Saints because it feels well. I like to keep it positive. I like to keep the streams positive. I like to keep the commentary positive. But I tell you what, that was the worst first quarter I've ever seen.
Without a doubt.
So, realistically, it's an easy sort of key for the Oxford Saints here today. Don't turn the ball over. It's as simple as that for me. Whilst on the Rushmore side of it, don't get overconfident. You're riding a big, heavy wave over these last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You're on top of the table.
A real true underdog story. And Oxford is just going to have to start really strongly, I think, if they have any chance of, of pulling off this miracle, really.
And like me and Alfie have been down here for a while, sweating in this beautiful summer Oxford heat. And in that, we've spoken to a few of the Saints, and that's exactly what they're saying. You've got to start this early.
They say they're more prepared for today, the Saints.
It's difficult. Maybe they thought, they looked at the Dreadnoughts and thought, oh, they've just come up. This will be easy. And boy, were they wrong. Because now they've got to face one of the toughest teams in the division. Oxford's only win last year came 3 points. We were here for it against South Wales. South Wales, who shut out the Bobcats last week in Pontyclean. As we get started here in Oxford. Number 19 to boot it away. And you've got 3 back to receive here for the Knights.
And we are off here in Oxford.
Oh, an overhead of number 3. And he dribbled it. He's right up the middle. Oh, and number 40 for the Saints has wrapped him up.
Brilliant.
Still going, but out of bounds.
At the 35 is that, yeah. They're going to draw it to the 35. And that will be a Rushmore first down.
And Michael Bird there making sure that they didn't have a first quarter woe that went back for a kickoff return touchdown. I'm already happy with it. You see, number 3 there for Rushmore. Didn't quite catch it, caught it behind the back of his helmet, got it on the floor, did Connor Thomas. But Oxford managed to get him out. Just like, I'd say 1 yard, probably starting on the 26-yard line. Bug touched my hand, I almost screamed.
36.
Oh, is it 36, you're right. And Seckwaller's got the ball and he's running left.
He's going to be a power player here today.
So when we saw him against the Wembley Stallions, Seckwaller was the man of the hour. The thing is, though, Oxford Saints, when they had Portsmouth were a very run-heavy team, as the chain crew messes it up already. Always happens. They were a very run-heavy team, and Seckwaller's a big, big man that you do not want there, as we have Stitz number 2 as the QB for Rushmore. And it's Seckwaller again. Breaks left.
Good tackle.
I tell you what, that's a good bit of tackling there from the Saints.
Brilliant stop. And Rushmore are into third down. Third and short, you must say. Oh, have they given first for that?
No, just give it, I'd say give it a second. No, we still don't know yet. So the refs are having a conflab, and it is going to be a first down, not by a whole lot for Rushmore. A good tackle, but at the end of the day, it's a fresh set of downs for the Knights.
Hands off to Seckwaller again.
Oh, Seckwaller
through the middle, and he's broken away.
Oh,
broken past.
And Seckwaller's
he's
going.
Down.
And Seckwaller keeps going. Oh,
down to about the 10, is that?
I believe it was number 18. Don't worry, Alfie, it's always difficult to see people. Number 18 there, preventing a touchdown. Tell you what, there was a lot of Oxford Saints players that just stood around there after Sequoia had passed them.
Broke that first tackle quite easily and seemed to
just
keep going, yeah.
Just keep going. You know, it takes a lot of effort to bring a man like Sequoia down, as they are going to be starting on what looks like, I'm going to say the 15-14.
Hands off again. Through the middle.
It's a QB
oh no,
keeper.
it's a QB
Stick's
keep, yeah.
left.
He tricked me as well. Brilliant.
It does happen, don't you worry. And 28 for the Saints, manages to grab Stitt out. This is it. Don't get me wrong, Sequoia really is the power player here, but you can't count out the dynamic QB for Rushmore. He can throw it and he can run it. And that is going to be a gain of 3
Where are they?
For the Rushmoor Knights.
Will this be another handoff? No, thrower, and incomplete.
Seems as though it was just batted at the line of scrimmage. Someone got a hand on it, and the ball goes nowhere. And a third down for the Knights.
The Knights will be really looking to convert from this distance at least. A good drive running, and now all they have to do is just finish it off.
So here we go now. In spread are the Knights. 2 receivers on either side. And it's a handoff. Going right. Oh, wow. What a hit.
Brilliant tackle. Good stop.
Let's have another gander at that. And that is a goal line stand, basically, for the Saints. But it does not look like there's going to be a... Oh, no. And I thought it was a stand. It's not. It's a fresh set of downs. Very, very close. I tell you what, it's better tackling today from the Saints. I will say that now, early on. However, they just can't seem to... They're stopping them just a bit too far past the posts. Run up the middle. Fighting. Now we're going to wait for a signal here. No, they're still going to be scrapping along for that. But again, you know, it's going to sound bad, but again, this is compared to last week. The Saints tackling is better.
Much better.
I'm just saying that now.
A few stops against a power player. Can't go unnoticed.
So here we go. Stitt hands it off. Run up the middle. And it looks like they may be swallowed up again by Oxford. And another
brilliant stop
for the Saints. Can they do it again? So here we are. It's interesting. They've ran it up the middle twice. Can they think of something a bit trickier here to put the first points on the board and get some first blood as they line up in new formation for today? Trips. 3 receivers on at the left. And Stitt throws it. And almost intercepted, but broken up by number 19. And that's 4th down. But here's the thing. They are quite close. Sequoia is coming back on the field. Oh. Now, I tell you what, that's not what you want to see. That's number 42's coming back on the field. And the Rushmoor Knights, they're in no way interested in taking the 3 points here. And it wouldn't surprise me, and this is going to sound absolutely given, this is going to be a handoff to 42.
I do feel it might just be a run.
Still trips for the Knights.
It is.
And just like that, Sequoia punches it in. After a very, very hard-fought drive there from the Saints and the Knights.
Well, that's their first 6 of the game. And you have to say, the Oxford Saints did stand up quite well to the Rushmore attack.
It's quite surprising. I know that, you know, it's difficult to sometimes talk about. good offensive showcase there by the Knights, but that's the Knights doing what we expect them to do. However, the Saints here, the Saints have they fought quite well there. If they can sort of keep that sort of same level of energy, and the kick is good for Rushmore, I'll take it to 7 points. We could be on for a game in our hands, but here's the thing. Those turnovers for Oxford, that wasn't a defensive problem. That was an offensive problem.
The offense have to stand up to the challenge now.
And they're going to have their chance, as the Rushmoor Knights will be kicking it away, as they are 7 points up here today. I want to give a shout out to Elliot Maris on the old camera. That's it. If you know the name, block him on Facebook. No, I'm joking. So number 6 for Rushmore will be the man to put his boot to it, and that is Travis Carpenter. And you got 16 and 80. Oh, nope. 65 and 82. Or is that 85?
Yeah, I think it is 85.
85. Again, they're very, very far away. If I look at the camera, 85. Yep. Thank you, Maris. So last week for Oxford, or sorry, not last week, last game for Oxford, we saw a very, very high passing offense, something quite rare in Britball. But, you know, 50 points to 0, can you really say it was a good thing? Though they do have a new QB in, number 2, Sharples. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can bring to the table.
Rushmore getting ready to kick this ball away. 7-0 up.
And here goes Carpenter. And a short kick. And out of bounds. And that is going to draw a flag immediately. And the Saints are going to be starting from the 40.
A curious way to go with that first kick for Rushmore. But Oxford could actually gain some hope from starting at the 40.
It's going to be an interesting one. They've put Oxford in better field position. Maybe they're looking at this Oxford offence and they're like, not too worried about it. You know, but a decision that could come back to haunt them, as truthfully there was no one really in the area at all. Obviously it was too high for an onside. But interesting strategy here from the current leaders of the SFC 1 Central.
Rushmore obviously think they can stop Oxford pretty easily here. Well, let's see if they do.
And number 88, Stan Stankholm, is a man to watch for the Saints. Big tight end in, 81 and 85 on our left, on their left-hand side, our right. So here we go. Seems like there's some confusion. Okay.
The ref just announcing the penalty there.
It's one of those things, I think it's because everyone here knew it was a penalty. We just sort of got on with the player game. So here we go. Good snap.
And he's going to keep it here.
Is
running down. He's going to be brought down at about the halfway line, I think.
It's going to be a gain of 3, it looks like, for the Saints. Not even that, a gain of 1. No, a gain of 2. Gain of 2. Gain of 2.
Didn't seem to have time to even look up and look for an option. Maybe it was a draw. Maybe it was a plan. Hard to say. As he's under centre again.
You're going to have to see just how penetrative this Rushmore D-line is. And it's a run play, but 92 for Rushmore. Just swallows up that play, doesn't allow it to even breathe.
Destroyed at the line, and they may even move back a little bit there.
Luke Scadden there, yep, and they're moving back a yard. And I'd say that this is now probably a 3rd and 9.5 for the Saints. Can the Oxford Saints break this offensive issues that they've been having?
There's another run.
And just swallowed up again. 36 can't go anywhere.
Stopped at the line, maybe even a little bit behind it, and we are at fourth
I think
down.
you're completely right. That is 4th and 11 now.
They bring out the punting team, and we know a turnover that happened for Oxford last time, including a high snap.
So we were also watching people practicing their high snaps for Oxford. It's going to be an interesting one. Obviously, if they can just get it on the board, get it into number 13's hands, and he can get it away to the Rushmore returner. Here we go now. Good snap. 13 got it and kicks it away quite high.
Good kick.
Number 39 is looking for it, and that is going to bounce out of bounds at the 20. Good punt.
They are pretty much level with us at the 20-yard line.
Now, here's my thing with that offensive drive. As far as I'm concerned, learned absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing there. We didn't see anything from number 2.
No. And that heavy pass offense that we'd
come to expect
wasn't there. That quick 3 and out from Oxford will bring up another Rushmore drive where I'm sure they will be hoping to score.
Here we go. Start from the 21-yard line. Hand off to Seckwaller. And just crashes into the Oxford Saints.
And I have a feeling that man is going to see a lot of the ball today.
And 2 yards looking like on the game. So I think you don't want to overload it and focus simply on Seckwaller. You're gonna be wanting to cover it because Stick can throw the ball, Stick can run the ball. But a gain of.
We yet to have seen Stitt's full ability yet, but
and there's the first throw. Oh, and caught by 89, but swallowed up there by the Saints again. Number 4.
That's about 3 yards on the gain there, I think.
And Rob Coates there on the tackle. Looks like Rushmore have split the sticks. It's going to be a 3rd and 5.
We've seen them convert this before on their last drive. Can Oxford make a huge stop here?
Looks like they're going to be on trips right now for Rushmore. What are they going to do? Stitt's looking out to the flat. 89 bounces it off the floor. And I tell you what, and that is going to be a 4th and 5. And the Rushmore Knights are bringing on their punting unit. Interesting. I tell you what, good stop for Oxford.
The defence is standing its ground at the moment. The offence has to stand up now.
I'm sure there are some people out there who thought coming into this game, Rushmore were going to score on every drive. And I'm sorry, Oxford, but I'm sure that there are people out there. But here we go. Unless they can cook something special up here.
The track record of this game being heavily in Rushmore's favour as well. The predictions before the game must have been a heavy Rushmore.
Oh, heavy Rushmore. I believe everyone on rundown, they all picked it.
No snap.
Ball bouncing off the floor, but still a good kick.
Fair catch called for.
Fair catch. Good decision from 28 there of the Saints. They're going to take the ball over basically where their first drive started.
Can they do something better with it this time? I mean, they're going to have to. The defence is doing their job. The offence really just needs to step up now and get at least a couple of first downs.
It's going to be an interesting one. What worked there? Will we see Sharples throw the ball? Arthur, it is football it is football. There you go, simple as that. I'm with Alan on this one. And it's a run play here for Oxford. Lots of horizontal running. And that he's going backwards. Looks like that's good. Rushmore are calling it a fumble. There's a Rushmore player in the end zone with a ball.
The whistles went before he was running with that ball. I mean, he was sprinting with it. He must have thought he got something.
He thought he got something big there, but that looks like it's going to be a loss of 3 for the Saints.
The big thing for the Saints is that they are still on the ball. That wasn't a turnover.
Here you go. Alan watching from Florida. This is exactly the attitude I love. Enjoying the game. Looks like a great day for football. But then again, there isn't a bad day for football. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth?
100%.
So what can Oxford do here? It's not going to be a bigger loss as I thought. 2nd and 11 here. Sharples is looking. First throw of the game for him. Oh, wow. And number 8 off to the races. He's going. He's going. He's going. Touchdown!
Oxford Saints! What a huge score.
Wow.
A brilliant throw down the left-hand sideline.
And the first throw of the game for Sharples. The Saints hit paydirt and they get their first points of the season.
Brilliant catch from number 8.
Well, that was just good, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean...
And that's Moa Knox, number 8, on a big run, big catch as Oxford. And Moa Knox, the man who scored the touchdown, he's going to be kicking it through. Can he put another point on the board? And it's blocked. Get on the ball. So 6-7, the score here in Oxford after, I'm telling you right now, sensational.
I mean, what a huge play for the Saints. That must have put a lot of hope into them now. The underdog story, the true miracle that they thought had to be pulled off.
I imagine people thought that Oxford weren't going to score here. Sorry, Tammy, for earphone users. Who scored the Rushmore TD? Surprise, surprise, Sekwala. Number 42, their running back. So, momentum now, I'd say it's fairly even. That was a great play there. Number 8, he was just got past his defender. Straight up there, great turn of speed. Obviously, bit shame that Moa Knox couldn't get the, it's not an octopus, what would it be? Septopus, something like that. Septopus? 7 points. Didn't manage to get it, blocked. We'll say what was worrying there, as much as the ball was blocked, people didn't really dive on that ball quick enough for me. Rushmore run that back, that's points on the board for them.
I think they got lost after the block as the
100%.
kick is away.
And it's handled by number 89 of Rushmore, and he breaks through the middle, but 41 dives on his back and drags him down.
Down to almost the halfway line as the Rushmore offense come back onto the field.
Yeah, I'll put it like this. I'm surprised. I'm surprised by that. What a great play. There's going to be highlight footages of that. Oh, thank God we're in. Stuff like that. But here's the thing. I'm going to assume that Rushmore are going to take that as a complete slap in the face. And this drive is going to be hard for Oxford, I think. Spread now for Rushmore. Sekwala's got it. Runs up the middle.
Stopped.
But I tell you what, a good stop there for number 42.
The run defense is a lot better than I think we would have thought before the game, but man, it's doing the job at the moment.
Tammy said, should be sorry, just absolutely pooed myself with you screaming in my ear. Got a few weird looks walking down the street. Sorry, but that ball was really, really good, and I'm just happy Oxford got some points on the board. I've been at Tisley Park when they've had a 3-0 game, for crying out loud, Sekwala's got it again, Stitt's got it, and he's running right. Oh,
pulled out of bounds.
It's going to be interesting. Doesn't seem like there's any laundry on the field. I'm sure there are some Rushmoor Knights thinking that was a bit horse-collar-y, but no yellow laundry. But it is going to be a first down for the Knights anyway.
No massive protests from the Knights in the end, really.
It's one of those things where you just see pulled fabric with
and you expect,
yeah, that's very much the case. It's starting to cool down here, thankfully. I imagine these players are absolutely loving that as well. I say that as I have a boiling hot sip of Lucozade. Oh, sensational.
A real Sunday delicacy.
Oh, and Sekwala's running left. There's no one there. Oh my, a 32 for Oxford. I tell you what, I thought Sekwala was gone there for a big gain. Doesn't look like they're even going to break the 10 yards. Hello, Nathan. How are you doing? Glad there's points on the board this week. Same.
And that was Rowe with the tackle, the linebacker. Number 32, I think.
Again, I'm very surprised with Oxford here. And I just don't know, like, first quarter, and they're in it. You know, again, it's night and day. Now, Stitt is looking, throws over the top. Oh,
That
wow.
That is excellent.
Oh, wow. Just makes it look easy.
And now he's finally shown his true ability. He hasn't had to.
Easy.
But that was...
Hold on a second. I think we may be talking some nonsense here, because no one's moving. I think that was out of bounds.
Yeah, it
But
looks incomplete.
What a great ball, though. Tell you what.
Spiral was beautiful.
This is the thing. From where we're stood, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot see the back left corner of the end zone because there's just a mass of bodies in the way. So, again, lovely ball, but 3rd and 3. Hands off to Sekwala. He's running left. He's got it. And brought down by 19 of the Saints. 19 of the Saints slow to get up.
I mean, Sekwala ran through him.
Not surprised. Yep.
He's to his feet. It looks, yep, he is to his feet, but he's...
Oh. Yep, number 19. He's back on his feet, but I imagine, you know, getting hit by 40 to a Rushmore. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. He dropped it. There we go. Ghost Duke Vladimir. God, we've got some great fans here. So here we go. Fresh set of downs. Fresh set of downs here for the Knights. You got a bunch over the top.
No one there. Bit of miscommunication there, I think, from the Rushmore offence.
It's going to be an interesting one. I'll try to get you some scores from around the league today. I know that we've got a big game currently happening at the University of Greenwich between the Warriors and the Aztecs. We'll say congratulations to the Oxford Lancers, who yesterday beat Cambridge in the Varsity Bowl. And Stitt's got it and dragged down.
At around the 10, I believe. Just towards...
I'll tell you what, I really am enjoying that Rushmore are really mixing up their plays.
And yet, you have to say, Oxford are doing pretty well of stopping most of them.
It sounds bad, but Oxford are doing a better job than I thought they'd be doing. Sorry, Oxford. Nathan, exactly right. Rushmore 42 Sekwala has been one of the best running backs in the country. Yep. Yeah. Rushmore are a great team, definitely the favourite to win the Central. I know it's only week 5. Stitt's looking. But again, just not being able to connect with 81, and it is going to bring up a 4th down for the Knights. And
no kicking team by the looks of it.
No.
Looks like they're going for it on 4th.
So here we go. It can be a 4th, and I'm going to say 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3. Let me look at the... Yeah, I'm going to go with a 4th and 3.
Big stop needed for the Saints.
Now, this is absolutely critical here for both squads.
You'd think this is handed off.
100%.
And it is.
Oh, wow.
Brilliant stop from Oxford. That is huge.
Absolutely massive for the Saints. A 4th down stop, turnover on downs for the Saints. They are going to be starting towards their own end zone. However, again, I'm impressed here with Oxford. They have improved by, I would say they've improved by every metric. You have to say that because they put points on the board. But it'd be nice to see, you know, some more, it's not splash plays. Obviously, that pass to 8 to Moa Knox, that touchdown was fantastic. But when it comes to actually just driving the ball incrementally down the field, they have struggled. So that's what I'd like to see from Oxford here. As far as I'm concerned, and it seems that that is the end of Q1. So Oxford have got out of Q1 unscathed, I feel. They're only behind by a single point.
Compared to last week, this is unscathed. This is completely in... I mean, they've got something to build on here. There's no reason to count them out just yet.
It's going to be an interesting one. Again, for me, incremental plays. You know, as much as we'd all love it, it'd be a very boring game to watch if every play was a touchdown. Do you know what I mean?
It is critical for Oxford to build some confidence now.
Let's go offense. Let's roll now, offense. Let's roll.
2 camera angles. Do you like that, ladies and gentlemen? So now we can actually see where they are. So they're going to be starting on their own 13.
Henry, every time. Henry, every time. Every time, man.
So here we go.
That's a better idea, 20. That's a better idea, 20.
Looks like
So
a possible
here we
blitz
go.
here.
Stancombe in motion.
It is a blitz. Runs around the
Sharples
edge.
is running.
He's going to get knocked out of bounds.
Seems like there was something wrong happen there on that play for me. Because that lane to the right just was not open. It seemed like there was just something not there. And we've seen that a few times from Oxford so far. Not today, but in general.
Looked like he got rushed out of the pocket by a it looked like a blitz from Rushmore.
So, but only a loss of 1 there. So it could have been a lot worse.
Let's execute offense. Let's go.
So Sharples is looking for a throw now. And just batted
Down at the line. And it's on the floor.
Gonna hit the floor there.
And that will just be an incomplete pass.
I'll tell you what, there are a couple of Rushmore players looking up to the sky there, hoping that a D-line interception would come their way. But no, 3rd and 11 still for Oxford. But you see what I mean? Very struggling on these incrementals. Because realistically, you don't want to punt out of this end zone. Bad snap, danger zone.
Well, they'll want to be converting here because we know how their snaps went a couple of weeks ago in their last game.
Here we go, low snap.
Low snap.
Sharples is looking, dodges out the pocket. And he shovels it to Stancombe.
Out of bounds,
Tell you
just
what.
at the line by the looks of it.
Great play. I love a shovel pass. But punting unit comes on.
Rushmore defence do not look happy that they conceded a touchdown.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Rushmore defence look happy that they don't get a safety. That they didn't. That an interception was. It was there. It was there for them.
100%.
But the Saints are going to be looking to punt it away. Great
Good snap.
Punter had all the time in the world. A high snap. Doesn't look like it's going to split the field. Looks like Rushmore will be starting just barely inside of Oxford's half of the field. But can Oxford stop them again? Because it's already, I'm already impressed with Oxford.
100%. It's been a really, really strong performance, especially from the defence, you have to say.
100%.
But the offence as well. I mean, 1 touchdown is not a bad record at the moment. But the defence will look to stop them again here.
Yeah, we've seen Stitt try to find his number 81, and it's just been a hand away. But Sequel has got it again, and he's right up the middle.
Great stop. Really good stop again. I mean, I think that's about 3 yards, 4 yards.
It's a good stop, but like at the end of the day, it's the old adage. The whole Chiefs coach, get his name in the chat. I always like doing this. Hank Stram. Matriculate the ball down the field. All you need is 3.3 yards of play, every offensive play, and you win the game. And they've got 4 yards there on another Sequoia run.
That's
And a
free play here.
Stitt darts it out. First down. 6 is going.
It worked. Flags on the play. I think that's offsides. Or
It's going to be one of those things that in Britball tends to happen a fair bit. That seems to happen a fair bit. The flag comes out when there's a free play available for the offence, and everyone, including the offence, they just freeze. But that has backfired there on Oxford.
And Rushmore will decline that penalty, taking the yards they gained with that free play anyway.
Again, it's so typical in British American football. Such a typical penalty.
As we come forward to about 14-yard line here, Rushmore will be definitely looking to convert from this position. Handed off.
Seckwaller's runs, but a great stop there.
Quick stop. And I think he gained 1 or 2 there.
Catching Seckwaller low. And Seckwaller's slow to get up. Oh no, I think the referee might be tying his shoe. And that's not, I mean, if you're a Rushmore fan,
you will not want to be seeing that at all as he limps off the field.
Don't get me wrong. No, they're not a one-man team, are the Knights. But you see 42 limp to the sideline. Not what you want to see at all. Gain of 4 there for Seckwaller. Seckwaller is off the pitch. 2nd and 6. It's a handoff to 30.
Second string running back. He's still on his feet. And there you go. The play is called dead at about the 7-yard line, I believe.
That's number 30, Chiamba.
8-yard line, it looks like.
Going to be a 3rd and 4 now for them.
Here we go, defense, big play again.
And in the last 6 meetings of these teams, Oxford have only won once, and that was
11 years ago?
Yeah, over 10 years ago, and that was only 8-6.
Yep. Rushmore have won by at least more than 17 points on the last 5 occasions, I believe, as well.
Oh, quick!
Keeps it.
Quick snap there, and into
and
the
there
end
you
zone.
go.
Simple as that.
And there's the Rushmore touchdown.
And just like that.
We're looking at a 13-6 game.
Again, it's some of the simple things for Oxford. You know, Rushmore using that quick snap to catch Oxford off guard. And they managed to convert it into another 6 points.
A nice simple throw from Stitt as well. Does the job.
Now can number 6 put it through for the extra point? No wind here today at all. Number 18, close.
No good.
No good.
Still a 7-point game here.
Right, Oxford is still only a touchdown and an extra point away from tying this game up. Question is, can they do it again?
I definitely think Oxford will be happy with the way this game started so far.
They've got to be happy with how it started, and they've got to be happy that that extra point
has missed, yeah. Yep.
But again, very, very interesting game. I'm happy that I'm here for this one. I know that Steve is currently at London Olympians versus the Norwich Devils. Norwich Devils, they've had a struggling start to their season as well. It's going to be interesting to see when we get to covering the scores of other games, just where that's going. If anyone knows the score, because I believe it kicked off, actually I think it kicked off 4 minutes ago, so unless the Olympians have done something massive, then yeah. Unless the Olympians have done something massive, the scores won't be that impressive. But we'll get some around the league in a bit. Promise this game is too exciting for me to just go, oh, okay, we'll take a break and cut through. So the second kickoff now for Rushmore. And another short kick. Now that Oxford player didn't hunt the ball down, but he's going. And that ball is going to get back to the 30-yard line. I tell you what.
A decent run for what had happened with the kick.
100%, yeah. Short kick. That Oxford player didn't advance the ball. Sand can sometimes be quite difficult. You don't want that ball to take a strange bounce and ruin your entire day. That's not what's happened. And that ball will be placed on the Saints' own 29-yard line. Some issues with the huddle here for the Saints. Sometimes I feel the Saints are a team that are in most of need of just a deep breath and okay, just calm down, we've got this. Sometimes I do feel as though this team gets in their own heads. But at the end of the day, they're doing really, really well today. I know they've just converted. Extra point was missed. They are still a touchdown and an extra point away from tying this game up. You look at the last game they had. The game is basically done by then for them against Portsmouth. And you're currently, I would say right now, I don't think it's unfair to say, Oxford are hanging in with the best team in their division.
100%, and it is a huge improvement to last week, or the last game, sorry.
So here we go. So the referees are calling their own timeout. Seems as though they have an issue about kit. Seems to happen. Oxford getting back into the huddle. A lot of men on that line, a lot of beef on that line. 8 in motion, Mowanox in motion. And it's handed off to Mowanox, pursued by 47. Oh, and a big crunching hit. But a great gain there. Splitting the 6, 2nd and 5.
An excellent run by the touchdown scorer earlier in the game.
Yeah, beautiful jet sweep executed perfectly.
Showing Rushmore he can do a bit of everything here. Keeping our eye on 8 again here. As he lines up on the left-hand side. And there you go, here comes a free play. And the ball's been dropped, but they will get the yards anyway. I think that was an offside call.
Lots of flags there. I'm always surprised sometimes about the plays when the QB's on the floor, he's recovered the ball after a bad snap, and the players dive, and the players from the other team dive on it. I've seen it a few times this season, and it's just not been called, and I'm like, surely it's penalty. But truth be told, it's exactly what I was saying earlier in these offside calls that go for free plays, that the teams just freeze. And that's exactly what happened for Oxford. Don't get me wrong, they've cashed in here. They've got some extra yardage.
They'll be especially huge for Oxford as well.
A second and inches here, but that could have been a lot more because the free play again just was not capitalised on. Here we go.
Have we got a timeout here?
I don't believe so. I think they may be checking the spot of the ball. And it is a first down, okay. I was going to say, if that would be a second and a fraction, a blade of grass. We've got a lot of fans watching from both camps, both the Knights and the Saints. Saying what the Saints have got a good crowd here. And wonder if we get the announcement that the bar is open like we did last time. First down here, again, lots of meat on that line.
Handed off.
Handed off 36.
Swallowed up at the line.
But as you can see there, it's very, very difficult for a running back to get that momentum. When you see the handoff from Sharples was very much on the thigh pads of number 36.
The running game struggled to get going for Oxford here today. Except that jet sweep that was executed quite nicely.
So Martin Fitzpatrick, man in at running back, as they've moved out now to a spread offense. 2 receivers on either side. Fitzpatrick 36 in the backfield.
Looks like a blitz from Rushmore, and he'll get through to the quarterback, but he'll spin away and down maybe just behind the line again, yeah. I think that's a yard loss, maybe even 2.
It seems as though Sharple just didn't want to throw that out at the very, very tippy top of his 3-point swoosh.
Excellent blitz from Rushmore.
100%.
Got through the line without much resistance.
3rd and 14. Now for Rushmore, for Oxford, sorry. Can they convert? We know they can throw it long, but they just need to open it up a bit more. As right now we've got some 8-on-8 action. A tight end. Moving up to a trips position, it looks like, is 86. Sharples is looking left already.
Good low block
and he
from
just
the running
throws
back.
it up in the air.
And is that brought down?
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
Sensational. Another one. Another great play.
Brilliant
from
throw.
Oxford. And that is basically, I would say flip the field. Flip the field and more. Wow, wow, wow.
You could possibly even describe it as an arm punt, but look, it went to the right player.
I do mean this, Alfie. When I was looking at Sharples through that, I don't know. I thought that he was just throwing that out somewhere, but he found someone. I believe that is Henry Marsh, I believe, number 82. And Oxford find themselves in good position as Moa Knox. And the jet sweep's going again, and they're getting good yardage, and he makes a good cut.
Another good play from Oxford, and this is just amazing.
And I mean, what, the crowd, polite applause, as you would, come to expect here in Oxford. But and it's a first down, and for the first time this season, Alfie, I'm going to tell you now, Oxford Saints have got some momentum, and they're capitalising on it. So because I've just said that, if this play is disastrous, I will take full blame.
Tebbs is the jinx for Oxford, as
I tell you what, if this play is disastrous, then I might never come back here again.
He's kept the ball out to it.
Sharples is running. He's looking to throw it. Now, see,
no.
Not disastrous, not leaving. What do you think? I think if Sharples maybe just ran that to the sticks, he probably could have got a few yards.
A few more yards, yeah.
I don't think he trusted his own speed there.
No, he definitely got in his own head about that one. He rolled out left and then thought, I should probably be looking for the pass.
He was looking for someone on that left side of the field. There was no one there. And by no one there, I do mean Rushmoor Knights as well, as that looks like it's going to be a loss of 1, I'm going to say. It wasn't disastrous. I'm allowed to stay. See, they're trying to do a hard count again. Sharples throws a great ball to 86, but 86 dragged down though.
Possibly a couple of yards on that play, I'm not too sure.
It looks like it is going to be a couple yards gained.
Yep.
So 3rd and 9 now for Oxford. Can they convert? And I'll tell you what, critical. A big conversion here, potentially a touchdown on this play. But you don't need to get a touchdown on this play, just get that first down. They're in this game, and they're in this game again with the best team in the Central.
We did see him convert from a big 3rd down earlier on in this drive. Looked like there was some movement in the line there. That might be a false start.
That's looking like a false start. Oxford tried to be tricky with the hard count. It did work when they were up this end of the field. But it seems it hasn't. Very, very damaging. Very, very damaging. Exactly the opposite of what Oxford Saints wanted. And I'm not going to say, hey, that's back to old Oxford Saints things, but I'm going to say that again. Back to the Lancers. Ian Hiscock, their head coach, is somewhere in that pile of Saints, somewhere. Whenever the Lancers get behind the sticks, they thrive. Can they channel the Lancers? Can the Saints channel the Lancers and convert this? Let's get into it. Sharples has got it. Sharples is looking, and he throws it out for 8. And he's caught it!
That
Oh my
again,
good Lord
Martin
above!
Knox.
It's not going to be a touchdown. I don't see any hands up from the referees, but that's caught. Oh my good.
Wait for us, that is a touchdown. And there you go, 6
And the
points more for Oxford.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, I'm surprised about this, and I'm sorry to the Saints fans. We've got a game on our hands.
What is going on?
We have got a game on our hands. Oxford Saints are now just 1 point from tying this game up with the best team in the Central.
And I think
Wow.
Rushmore have to be a little disappointed in themselves. They keep giving up these huge plays on these big
I
conversions.
mean, Rushmore, I can't speak for the Rushmore Knights, but I imagine they're looking at this going, huh? Hey, what? Oxford?
I think everyone is at this point.
So, Moa Knox, can he put it through? And it's
Blocked again. Someone needs to dive on it.
But this time, they are a
And
lot
they-
better at diving on it. Still only a point behind the second extra point.
Oh, some
Blocked.
fighting in the middle of the field, and flags will fly.
Many flags. We're going to see what it is here. Extracurriculars. I don't think that Rushmoor Knights player is that injured, but I tell you what, great sell. He's selling it.
You got to work for the flag sometime, I'll tell you that. He's proper working for these ones, or
Or he is actually injured.
he actually is hurt. No, he seems to be all
I
right.
thought someone just pushed him off of him, to be honest. I didn't see it, but
Yeah, up on his feet now as he'll walk
again,
to the
I
sideline.
imagine that play's going to stand. Happened after the play, but end of the day, the Saints are in this game, 12-13, and the Saints are receiving the ball after half time. Half time might as well be a million years away. As I'm going to go and
A really exciting game we've got in our hands out of nowhere, really. I mean, you know, it came from... Rushmore getting ready. No, sorry, Oxford getting ready to kick it off again.
Right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was just my bottle of water popping under the heat.
The sun back out in Oxford again.
Yeah, it's a hot day in Oxford, and we got some hot football action.
They've been pulled back a couple of yards here. I'm guessing that is from the flag from before.
It certainly is. Penalty on Oxford.
Can only apologise for not seeing that call from the referees.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I was getting my bottle of water, and I tell you what. Here we go. So there we go. So 73 of Oxford. Get down, sports right penalty. I do have to grab my water, ladies and gentlemen. Big mistake of the day. It's sparkling. Oh, not good. Yeah, Chris Warren is exactly right. That touchdown play was a very Ian Hiscock play. Very Lancers-esque. So here we go. They're going to need a big one now. We're going to be whistled in here in Abingdon. Here we go now. Saints need something big. 13. Boots it away. Good kick.
Good kick.
Got by.
He's down the sideline.
Oh, here we go.
And I think he's been called out of bounds. And more fighting on the field. No, no, they were right.
It's a hot day. You get a lot more annoyed on a hot day. Scientifically proven. But we did hear a lot of groans of, oh, when that player stepped out of bounds there. Rushmore thought they had it. Rushmore, it's going to be a good return, obviously, with the penalty yardage on the kickoff as well. That was good, so they are going to be starting. Going to wait for some ball placement. They're going to be starting within the Saints' half.
About the 39, maybe the 40, possibly.
So good. Yep, it looks like the 39-yard line of the Saints. So good yardage here. Can the Oxford defence keep up this pressure on, again, the best team in the SFC 1 West?
The defending so
No,
far.
it's not the West, it's the Central, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Seckwaller's back in and he's got it, and he's running.
It's a good stop at the last second, I believe, from 5. I mean, he could have gone for a lot more than
I
that.
tell you what, I was worried. I thought that would maybe an instant punch back, but again,
And I think
Sackwaller, he seems to be back in, which is, you know, if you're a Rushmore fan, you're going to be happy with that. I'm sure you got some 42 jerseys hanging in your gaff. Well, you'd like one, but you know. So fresh set of downs here. Sackwaller's got it again. He's running right.
Oh, no. Handed
But
off.
swallowed up by the Saints. Going to be a gain of potentially even just the one for Seckwaller there. That gain of 3. A gain of 3 there.
You back.
81 in motion.
Hand
Running
off
right,
again. And he's
breaking
through.
through.
He's going all the... Oh.
No, Ali.
Brought
That's the
down
re-
at around
Come on now. Come on, D.
7 or the 6-yard line. In any way, it's close enough. And we move to 1st and goal now.
And Chiamba, the other running back for the Knights. He's going to get it down to the 8.
Sorry, Sam.
So 81 in motion. He's doing an orbit. But right at the middle again, Chiamba hit by 32.
Great stop from Oxford in the end. Huge stop, I'd be inclined to say.
And number 45, Luke Malahan taking the field, former Lincoln Colonial. Always got to shout that out. Second and goal from the 6. And big man Dan Williams coming off the field. Always love a bit of Dan Williams. Rushmore lining up in trips. And Stitt's looking. And going nowhere.
Incomplete.
Time check. I'll be able to when the ref passes me again. He's currently down at the 6-yard line, and I am at the 17. And the Saints, you can hear them through our mucks. They're ready. They're pumped up. They know that they're in this game. They need a big stop here.
What a huge stop this could be.
Stitt's
Steps
looking.
back, rolls out.
And Stitt's rolling out, looking for 83.
The flag is down. And that will be called pass interference, I'd imagine.
He's not put his hands on the player. You can't call that.
So the refs are looking at that.
What do you think about that, Tibbs?
At the end of the day, it's good defence. I don't believe the Oxford player got hands on him.
Harsh foul. Looks like there'll definitely be pass interference.
But very body on body there. So you can tell the Saints aren't happy with that.
Here we go, defence.
So here we go now.
And here comes the announcement of the penalty.
I think they're going to pass it.
So ball is being placed on the 2-yard line and the Knights get a fresh set of downs. And there's a big man, number 42 in the backfield. And it goes straight into, oh, Stitt's got it!
Kept it, and he is down.
And Stitt just falls on this pitch. Doesn't manage to get his foot. I just thought they were going to hand that off to Seckwaller. Pay that easy.
A
But
big
no.
slip up from Stitt there.
He's scared of you. He didn't want none of that. He don't want no smoke.
So, loss of yard from the 3rd. Seckwaller's got it. And Seckwaller's in.
And he's in. And there's a touchdown. Seckwaller. Has he had one today already?
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
the first one.
Thought he
He had
had.
the first one, yeah, again. So it's one of those things where, at the end of the day, Seckwaller's there. He's been getting these consistent 3, 4, 5 yards. Yeah, you give it to him.
Every time. Especially if you're at the 2-yard line.
100%. Like, I'm not surprised there at all.
And it looks like they're going for 2 here.
They
Trying
are
to make this
push this out. The Seckwaller again.
a
staying in.
9-point game. And here we go. You can only guess this is going back to Seckwaller.
Okay, my problem is to like, and it is.
And he's
No,
kept
Stitt's
it.
got it.
And
Oh,
he's in
wow.
for the extra 2. 21-12 game to Rushmore.
Again, still the Saints are in this. The Saints are still in this. And I'd argue that, again, complexion of this game will be a lot different without that DPI.
Possibly a harsh call in the end against Oxford, but
It's one of those things where if you get the Rushmoor Knights get down to your 2-yard line, I'm going to say it, I think 90% of the time that ball's going in. If they've got 42 on the field, even if it's, you fake their hand off to 42, much like they did there, give it to Stitt. Yeah,
didn't quite work the first time for Stitt, that little slip, but
you can redeem yourself.
hand it off to Seckwaller. It's in for the touchdown, and then obviously he redeemed himself with that extra 2 points. So
21-12 here. Now it begs the question, are these missing extra points for Oxford going to come back to haunt them? Because realistically, I don't know how much time is left. I can't imagine too long, but because Oxford get the ball back at half time, if I'm Oxford, do you know what? I settle for a field goal here. I know that they haven't made them. One missed, the other was blocked, but
get back into striking range is the
get back
key.
in striking range, and that 3 points is going to be vital for them. That ball
Wide kick again.
goes out of bounds, and the Saints will take it at the 40.
A couple of times that's happened now off kickoff for Rushmore.
So the Oxford offence have got some great momentum on their side. Momentum that, sometimes feels like it's been lacking from the Saints offence. I feel like they've got it here. Now, knock on wood, and I have knocked on wood there, ladies and gentlemen. They've made no mistakes. Oh, why would you say something like that, Tebs? Why would you say something like that?
You're going to get kicked out at some point if you keep doing things like this.
Yep. But yeah, if I'm the Saints, I'm happy with the field goal here. How long left of the half? I'm going to say sub 5 or sub 5. I'm going to say. That's the one thing we don't have here, Tammy. We don't have the times. One day, I aspire to be able to tell you the times. But right now, I have to guess. What can Oxford do? They need some points on the board. Given a Fitzpatrick, but swallowed up. Falls forward, though. So maybe not as disastrous as it could be.
Looks like he got back to the line at least.
And sometimes that's all you got to hope.
Maybe
Like,
a yard, yeah.
Just a yard. Again,
Not as bad as it could have been.
we saw this. They went behind the sticks. They instilled the Oxford Lancers. They got filled with the Lancers' energy. And they scored a touchdown. I'm sure they don't want to keep doing that because here we go. 2-minute warning. There you go, Tammy. Perfect. Look at that. I can tell you the time. 2-minute warning here in Oxford. So the big plays from Oxford have come from these big splash throw plays from Sharples. And when you're in the 2-minute, bear in mind they have got all 3 of their timeouts. You're going to need some big plays here. But again, if I'm Oxford here, I just try and get a field goal. It's not the timer, it's that I need the ref's time. That's the problem. Here we go. Looking for a throw. Sharples with a...
Incomplete in the end.
Looking for 38.
Oh! An
88 there.
Not happy with that tackle, but it looked perfectly clean, and
86.
the flags come flying again.
Yeah, you know what?
And it seems like Oxford are the masters of their own downfall at this kind of stage. They keep doing this.
Again, I completely agree with Alfie there. Just like the tackle was there, couldn't get the ball. But that's an easy penalty for the refs to call all day. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't going great for Oxford. But at the end of the day, it's just got a whole lot worse. Or, if you're a Lancer fan, it's got a whole lot better. Daniel Walks there, drawing the flag. I'm trying, Chris, I'm trying not to. Got to add some flair into it. I want them to do well. Where's the Norwich game? It's in Norwich? No, it's in London. Where is it? It doesn't start. It starts now. I don't know, Chris, because I'm here. Yep.
If only we could have 2 tabs.
Oh.
If only.
And that ball is going to be going back to the 34-yard line of Oxford.
Come on now, let's go, let's be smart.
20.
Yeah. Truthfully, Chris, there could be an under-19s game on that went late. I don't know what the deal is here. 3rd and a whole lot, maybe 19, maybe 20, maybe more. Sharples is looking for a big one, and he's
done this
thrown
before.
It. Oh my gosh, he was so close.
So close. And more. Is there more fighting at that end of the field again?
Extracurriculars happening. Number 0 for Oxford. He had that for maybe a second and a half while he was in the air, but unable to do anything. And Oxford need a big punt here. Don't get me wrong, sub 2 minutes, but Rushmore have got all their timeouts. And can you really say that you've seen much of the passing playbook here for Rushmore? Because they could just be rating right now to bring it out.
Well, the running's been working so far for Rushmore. A couple of good stops from Oxford for sure, but Rushmore have been running quite well this game.
Great
good snap.
Good kick. A bit high, definitely caught by the wind, but fair catch there. Behind halfway.
And Oxford have given themselves a good chance of stopping this.
But I tell you what, these snaps, fantastic. These punts, don't get me wrong, you don't want to be punting, but it's been good punts.
And you must think they must have been training with the snaps after what happened against Portsmouth.
100%.
I mean, we saw him do it here before the game.
So here we go now.
Was a big focus.
Looking like it's going to be on Rushmore's own 45. Sub 2 minutes. Rushmore have got all their timeouts. Oxford have all their timeouts. Rushmore would love to put the lead slightly higher, especially knowing that Oxford are going to be getting that ball after half
Blitz.
time.
A run though, stopped.
And Sekwala gets the ball again. And a timeout here for Rushmore.
About 2-3 yards gained on that play.
So I'm going to say 3 yards gained. From what I can hear, 1 minute remaining, but a timeout called. And again, it's not great time management if you keep running the ball, and I don't think they are at the end of the day.
They're not going to be able to run their way to the end
the
zone.
Norwich stream started? I have no idea. Let me try and find out for you. I'll probably call Steve at half-time. He's not sent me any sort of messages. It wouldn't surprise me if the under-19s game before went long. It does happen. It happened to me for Somerset versus Apache. Oh my God. It's 11-0 to the Aztecs over the Warriors. Here we go, Stitt looking. Great ball, looking for 83. That broken up there.
Not a bad throw. Could not fit it into that pocket though in the end.
Yeah, Michael 100% there. Discipline not there for Oxford. But yeah, 11-0 currently for the Aztecs over the Warriors in Greenwich. Wow, wow, wow. And Sekwala's got it again.
You'd think another timeout coming.
100%.
And yes, it does. Looks like they've gained a new set of downs. Sticks haven't moved yet, but I'd imagine that, there they go. And it's a fresh set of down for Rushmore with under a minute left.
I'm trying to find out.
Half.
Yeah, 11-0 is the score currently. Again, I'll try and update you at halftime with what's going on with Norwich versus the Olympians. I'm trying to get in touch with Steve. I'm trying to get in touch with Steve and do commentary at the same time. I need to focus what's going on right here. Stitt's
Steps
looking.
back.
Of course he is.
Rolls out.
But bounces off the floor there. 89 and 6. One of those was the targets. I think 6 was.
And there cannot be long left now for Rushmore. Of course, the incomplete pass stops the clock. No need for a timeout for Rushmore. Here we go.
2nd and 10 here in the dying moments of the first half.
Handed
Sekwala's
off.
got it.
Good stop.
About 95 there. Dan Williams managing to just clip the ankle of Sekwala and bring him down. Timeout called by Rushmore.
That is the last Rushmore timeout. They're going to have to do some smart time management now to be able to fit in any points, really.
Oh, it's going to be throw-ins. It's going to be passing. Stitt's going to be the guy. Interesting. No, that's certainly not live. Again, trying to get in contact with Steve per the Norwich versus London game. And again, I'll try to fill you in on any updates. 3rd and 6 for Rushmore. No timeouts remaining. Watch for these passes. Oh, wow. And a free play.
And a huge free. And they're going to call it dead.
They're going to call it dead, so that.
Full start, maybe.
It's going to, yeah, 100%. It's always strange when there's that bit of a delay. Rushmore definitely thought they had that free play going.
I thought they did as well.
Does not seem to be the case. No, still coming. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologise for the Norwich versus Olympian stream. I imagine that it is. I believe there was an under-19s game there prior to the Devils versus the Olympians. And so it would not surprise me if the case of the matter is that game went late. I wouldn't worry about it. We've heard nothing of cancellations and things of that nature.
Seems like it will be called as a false start. Yep.
So 79 for Rushmore is going to take them back 5. I think that's going to result in a 3rd and 11 for Rushmore. So Stitt really is going to have to use his arm if Rushmore want an opportunity to put some points on the board.
And we've seen Stitt has got an impressive arm. He can do this. We'll see if he does.
Stitt is looking, of course he is. He's running he's running back around. 99's just there. He runs past 99. He's going, and he keeps going. He's got to turn his speed, and he's looking to throw it, and he's just going to keep going out of
bounds.
And he's going to skirt that line.
As the clock stops.
But I tell you what, if you're Stitt, you've got to be happy with that. He made a lot of Saints miss there. A lot of Saints miss. 4th and 1. But with that, the clock stops. But a lot of running there from the QB from Rushmore. What's the Bristol score? From what I can gather, Tammy, it's 11-0 to the Aztecs. In London. In London? Hey? In London? Tell you what, Bristol win that game. I owe people a lot of apologies. A lot of apologies. Quick
Stitt
snap
again.
there. Stitt's looking 32
Out
to
to
his
the-
face.
out to his left.
Dan Williams is also there. He
Going
throws
down
it
the line.
out. And intercepted by number 3.
Intercepted! And he'll bring
And
it back
going.
out of bounds.
And a horse collar tackle on top of it as well. Okay. And the man who runs the Lancers, Ian Hiscock there with a great interception. Definitely sealing this half for Rushmore scores. But on top of that, a horse collar penalty on Hiscock means that this ball's going to go further, which means I think the Saints are going to have a chance to get it down. Remember, they've got all of their timeouts. Hopefully, when the referee gives his call for a penalty, he'll also give us a time check just to see how long the Saints have. That's crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. I wish I was there for it. I wish we were streaming it.
As well, if they don't have long, we have seen Sharple's arm.
This is exactly
He can go
it.
quite far. He can throw it
Now there
down
is,
the field.
and there is Ben Harris. What a man. Look at his calves. Maris, zoom in on his calves. Maris, right now. Zoom in on... Look at those calves. What a man. Unbelievable. You can zoom out now. Beautiful. Giving the refs some giving the referee some delicious Oxford water. Can't believe you just did that, by the way, mate. So very interesting.
This is
The
it.
time has expired. This is it. Sharples and the boys need to cook something up. It's pay dirt or it's nothing at all. It's touchdown or nothing. The Rushmoor Knights, they're going back. Their defense is hitting the end zone. They know that. You know what? Sharples can probably make this throw. He can definitely make this
We've
throw.
seen him do it a couple times where he bombs it down the field.
Dramatic ending here for the first half in Oxford. Now I'll give you some scores and then we'll break it down. And then do you know what? Me and Alfie are going to go and get some fluids, I think. Got a man in motion. And it's a
They're
jet.
going to run.
And they're trying.
I think that was a
Followed
hopeful
up.
play. I think it was a safe but hopeful play.
Safe play. You might as well give it a go. So, that is the end of the first half here in Oxford. I'm going to try and give you some information about Olympians versus Devils. I can't find any. So, there you go.
There's all your updates.
So I'm going to give you some scores from around the league. The one we do know, the surprise of the Prem. As it stands, I believe it may be third quarter even. The Aztecs are leading the Warriors 11-0. Apology tour incoming for me. Not very impressed with it. The Nottingham Caesars continue their run of domination. 24-0 over Northampton. Gateshead lead Pray for Donny 26-6. The Bobcats lead the Stampede 8-6. Chester lead the Humber Warhawks 16-0. The Stags are up 3-0. Let's see if there's anything. No. And Scunthorpe currently lead Yorkshire 14-13. So, what's Hatch doing? Hatch is coming over here. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hatch.
You too.
So, this game, let's quickly brief it before we just go into our half time. Surprise. Surprise is the name of the game today. Oxford have come to play. They've put their points on the board. They get the ball at half time. Sekwala still
A
an
powerhouse.
absolute powerhouse. But this Oxford defence is doing bits. They've had an interception. They've been stopping it. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't think it's too out of the realms of possibility to say Oxford could very well come back into this game. They need a touchdown on that first drive after the half. Rushmore just need to hang on, and this is going to sound surprising, potentially not get overwhelmed by the fact that they're in a competitive game with the Saints.
I think that's what really set them back a lot in that first half. A lot of surprise, I think, from the Knights, almost caught off guard by the fact that the Saints really did come to play. They've really been in this game, and just props to them.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, go and get yourself a cold beverage. You get a hot beverage today, something wrong with you. We'll say another one we have got in this division in the Central. The Dreadnoughts are leading the Hornets 20-0. So, ladies and gentlemen, the scoreline at the half. Oxford Saints, 12. Rushmoor Knights, 21. Ladies and gentlemen, go and get yourself a cold drink. I know I am going to go and have a nice hot water. Disgusting. Okay, catch you in a little bit. Oh, this will be nice. Have I fixed it? I'm going to need people to tell me things. Hope the scoreboard's still saved. It has not. Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, had a bit of a technical issue, so I'm going to have to redo the scoreboard for a second. Am I back on? Give it a second. Yeah, just give us 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I just need to do some stuff. I'm not getting your feed, by the way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We had to deal with some technical issues. Should be back now, and I do apologise to Rushmore that I can't get the colour scheme of the scoreboard correct, but unfortunately that and some freezing was the technical issue, so we're back here in Oxford. Oxford obviously received the second half kickoff, and it has not gone their way as we return back on comms, me and Alfie, as Oxford's have a 3rd and 14.
As we were saying before half time, this is, goes without saying this is a huge drive for Oxford, but, you need to get into striking distance of Rushmore. Really worry them,
Again, just any points on this drive would be a success, but it doesn't look like they're going to get it. And he,
In for the sack, no.
two
Rolls out to his left.
Rolling. Okay. Seems to be a late
Flags
hit
on
out
the
of bounds.
field.
Or at least that's what Oxford think. Oxford think that's a late hit out of bounds. Got some Oxford players in there defending their QB. So
Looks
it's going
like
to be interesting to see how this goes. I'm not entirely sure if there was an initial flag thrown on what Oxford believed to be a late hit out of bounds on their QB.
It looks like the flag is for unsportsmanlike conduct after the play had finished.
In that case, I imagine it's probably going to be
On Oxford.
on the Saints, and they're going to be kicking very close to their own end zone.
Unfortunately, I couldn't see the late hit that Oxford think they had. A lot of Oxford players in front of where that happened as the refs discuss this decision. We'll see what they decide to do.
I mean, hopefully you guys can see the pictures, getting some conflicting reports. Yeah, people complaining about resolution. If you're seeing the high angle camera, that's being filmed with a 4K camera, and it is transmitting as well. So I don't really know what you're getting at there for me. Thank you, Chris. But again, all criticism is accepted. Oh. Okay. This is going to be huge for the Saints. I thought potentially it was going to be a late hit out of bounds penalty on Rushmore and then an unsportsmanlike on Oxford. Scrap it off. But that is going to be a huge dead ball foul as well. I've seen this happen in Peterborough versus Leeds last year. I think this is going to be a 30-yard penalty. We see that the sideline official, or the back judge, he's moving very, very far, and Oxford's has flipped the field basically with a penalty. Rushmore are not happy.
They'll be lining up at about the 34.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, guys.
The Rushmore
Sorry about the
34.
technical difficulties there. Okay, so Oxford get a fresh breath of life in their first drive of the second half.
How huge could that play be, or them 2 penalties be
I
in
tell
this
you what,
first
they
drive?
score on this, you're going to be unhappy with that. And a toss play, called by 81. And 81 runs straight into contact into number 5. But there's still some extracurriculars. And just a cavalcade of yellow laundry thrown on the field. 3 flags. I tell you what, one thing I did not expect from this game's chippy. These 2 teams don't like each other. So here's the thing. There was a lot there. Seemed like there was some extracurriculars starting from the Rushmore side, but then it's not so much who started it, it's who the ref saw. But
Seems like there was a Rushmore player that started the whole tussle.
Here's the thing, I agree. I think it was a Rushmore player that started it. Who did the ref catch first? If this is for Oxford, this could be another huge chunk of yardages. And these unsportsmanlike penalties, they're going to start to add up. Is there going to be an ejection here today? I mean, ejections are fairly uncommon. They do happen, but not a lot.
Seems like tempers have been high.
Again,
all game.
Exactly what I said. Scientifically proven. The hotter it is, the angrier people get.
Joining us on Sport Tank, where we love science.
Science, actual science, confirmed science. So here we go. Conversation happening with the Rushmore sideline.
I'd say the referees have had to make 2 huge decisions in the past.
It's going to be interesting.
3 minutes. I mean,
it's going to be very, very interesting to see if it's simply on one team again. I might try and see some scores from around the league because I'm not entirely sure if this is getting resolved quickly. Okay. White Hat is walking back over. That's what they're saying. Oh, Olympians versus Devils is up now. It is up now. So don't leave this stream. Just put it on another TV. Be real. So
you wouldn't want to leave this now, surely.
No.
I mean, this is...
So there we go. So that's going to be an extra 15-yard penalty for the Saints, and the Saints are close to the end zone. But not only that,
Rushmore, they've lost a man. There's been a man disqualified from the game, and as hot as it might be, and as scientifically proven as it might be that you get angry in this heat, you gotta keep your cool, especially in these situations.
And Demolade, number 0 there. He's going to have to be watching this game from the lovely facilities here at Tisley Park. But let's just put out, the Oxford have been bailed out now. The game it wasn't looking good for them, and now they're starting on the 16-yard line of the Knights. And two's looking. Oh, and Moa Knox has got it.
And he's been called down.
He's being called down there. You know, the referee were a bit late to the whistle. Thought he was playing by NFL rules there. Thought he was playing by NFL rules that you can hit the floor and get back up. That's not how it works. And it is a 1st and goal for the Saints. Tammy, number 0 for Rushmore. I believe that's Demolade, number 0 for Rushmore. He's out of the game. Dreadnoughts leading the Hornets 34-0, but that doesn't matter. I know it's in the central. Oxford have got a 1st and goal.
Ready to in motion. And he'll roll out to the right.
Running. He's going to want to throw that away. No, I wouldn't say that's a late hit out of bounds. We hear the Oxford coaches next to us saying, was that a late hit out of bounds? No, don't think so. Fine, Sharples there. Obviously something happened there with the motion. Didn't come. And then
Sharples didn't look too confident in that play when it was snapped.
And it's going to go from the 7-yard line back to the 10. Still completely manageable. 2nd and 10 here for the Saints. They have been bailed out here, you know. Bailed out by a lot of unsportsmanlike penalties, but can they do something? So here we go. What can Sharples do? And he's looking. He's looking for
Knox touchdown!
Touchdown, Saints. Well, let's wait for the call. Touchdown,
and it is
Saints.
It's Moa Knox again. Again, he has had a great game today.
And I'm telling you now, and I still cannot believe this, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a pleasure to say it for the Saints here, because I didn't think this game would be that interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll say again, we've got a game on our hands. 18-21 is the score. Sharples is back out there because the Saints need to go for this 2-point conversion. Extra points haven't worked out for them so far today. Can they punch it in? And I tell you what, I feel like people's eyes are going to be opening a bit here for the Oxford Saints. So here we go. Look at that. There's a lot of men on that field. And it's hand off to Moa Knox.
He would be just short in the end.
And another extra point does not go the way. 18-21 is the score.
We have got a game on our hands.
Wow.
Here in Oxford.
Again, here's the thing. When you're coming in for the Saints, I'm surprised. Sorry, you're an Oxford Saints fan. You're an Oxford Saints player and you can hear me, they're around me. I'm surprised. If you're in the chat and you're surprised, say you're surprised. 18-21. We'll say though, on that drive, those unsportsmanlike penalties, let's face facts, that just cost the Rushmoor Knights 6 points.
Big time, yeah.
45 yards in a single drive from flags. 6 points on the board for the Saints.
You have to commend the Saints though. They finished it off as well as they could have, you know. 6 points is 6 points, and Oxford Saints are well and truly in this game.
It is Knight 0 that is has been ejected. It is.
As you get ready to kick off.
Now we were talking to our man up in the booth, and he said the big thing he thinks is going to be the decider for this is the field position of the Knights. Going to need to pin them deep here. Can the Saints do it? Look at this, so many people, they're surprised, shocked, flabbergasted, bewildered. And I tell you what, that's a great kick. Seagull flying low. 3 is looking. Some great blockers. 3 is going to go out of bounds at the 50. Maybe a bit shy, I always get those wrong. Chris Warren, not surprised. Yep, I back that. Have Coach have Oxford recruited this week? Coach Russ, love it when Coach Russ. So from what I can gather, it's not so much that they've recruited as that the players who weren't available for that Dreadnoughts game are here. That's what I can gather. As Rushmore take the field, and they're going to be looking to respond. So yeah, looks like it's going to be just 2 yards shy of the 50 for Rushmore. Two receivers either side. Hand off to Sekwala. He's running left. And he almost takes out the man wielding the chains. Doesn't look like it's going to be first down. In fact, it's going to be a lot less. I thought that was going to be like a 2nd and 1. It's not.
About a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 here.
Yeah, let's call it that. And Sekwala, I mean, if he took out the man on the chains, that would be one of the last men that he'd take out. He's almost done everyone else on that Oxford team.
I tell you what, like, if 42, if he has a ball and he has to run over to this camera, hey, sorry Steve, I'm diving. I am diving out of the way. Sekwala's again going, but he's going to the right this time. But brought down. Great play there by 16. Nah, he needs to... Oxford need to stop being so chippy. Mattock there with the tackle. They need to stop being chippy. He very close to standing over Sekwala after the tackle. Because I tell you what, you do that, that is a quick way to a 15-yarder. And a big, big loss of yardage there for the Rushmoor Knights, as they're going to have a 3rd and 7 on their hands.
Does this go through the air? You think a big conversion coming up, but Sekwala...
It's difficult. Trips right for the Knights. Flags on the play, free play. Stick throws it. Broken up though. But flag on the play. We've seen this work for both squads today. This hard count, quick way to a cheeky 5 yards, and they've got it. Not going to result in a first down for the Knights. But it's going to make it a lot easier. You were saying, what do you think this is going to be when it's a 3rd and 7 for Rushmore? It's going to be like a 3rd and 2 now. And then the answer is Crystal, Diamond, Evian, clear.
You'd be silly to do anything else but to hand this ball off 2 yards.
I feel like Sekwala can probably get 2 yards when he's asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there it is, straight up the middle. No, he's breaking right. Very horizontal run and gets stuck behind his man. He's going down the sideline though. He's keep going, but out of bounds. I tell you what, almost disastrous there. Seemed to get stuck behind a line, being pushed back into him, but managing to find that seam right on the line.
And it seems that is just what Sekwala is really good at. A power runner who, I mean, he knows where to find the gaps.
It's one of these things. He just does not seem to have any weak attributes. Which is why it's even more surprising. Don't get me wrong, not on that play there. Oxford have managed to stop him somewhat today. So not going to be, so I'm going to say from the 17-yard line. Stitz looking, throws it up through the middle. Very, very high ball. No one's going to find it. 2nd and 10. We've seen Oxford have a goal line stand, and I'd argue it's close enough for me to call it that right now. Can they do it again and keep themselves in this very competitive, surprising game? I tell you what, I imagine the chat, this sideline, if it happens, I'm tempted to not say it. If I jinx it, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. That thought will stay in my head, ladies and gentlemen. So spread now for him.
Maybe movement in the line then.
Free play. Stitt throws it up, and a beautiful, beautiful touchdown. Absolutely sensational. Flags on the play.
Signal goes up. I feel like there was movement in the line beforehand. Possibly not. Were there flags?
Yes,
yeah,
I believe
flags
there
on
was.
Yeah, I felt like it might have been a free play for Rushmore. I could be wrong. I'm quite far away from the
I'm going to
action.
put the points on the board because I believe, as it was a free play, that penalty is going to be on Oxford.
Beautiful throw, and I think that's might be the best we've seen Stitt throw it this game.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. What a grab in the end zone. Rushmore keep their lead up, and they're going to be going for an extra point here.
quite impressive for Stitt as well. I mean, the interception at the end of the first half
Didn't affect him at all.
Nope.
Nope.
come right back out, and he's played a blinder there. Really, excellent work from Stitt. As looks like the referees are still discussing something. Was that the flag? Is that where the flag
Here's
was
the
dropped?
thing. I've put the points on the board. If I hear anything else, I'll take them off. But no foul on the play. Touchdown. There
I
we
think
go.
both teams knew
Simple.
that before that was confirmed.
Simple as that.
Everyone was already lining up.
So here we go. To take the score to a 10 points. Can Rushmore put it through? I believe that's Carpenter on the kick. Tell you what, 18 was close. Does not matter. Close means nothing. 18, 28 the score here in Abingdon. Or Oxford, well, whatever. Again, I'm still surprised. Still surprised. I'm still surprised Oxford did.
I think that's all that needs to be said. We're just surprised.
They're in this game. I feel like it's what we said in the first half, that these missed extra points could very well be the thing that have come back to bite Oxford. We've seen Oxford, they've learned from their mistakes of their game with the Dreadnoughts, fixed a few of the issues, QB play, the tackling, I feel, has improved. Is it going to be something as major for an improvement as getting it through the uprights, or even getting the entire process down, as we've seen some blocks as well?
Yeah, well, I have to think that, Oxford have to remember that the 10 points in, a quarter and a half can be nothing when they're playing this well on offense and on defense. Just a few more stops, they're definitely still in this game, and that's a shock to everyone before.
It's one of those things where, if you had joined us last year when we covered the Saints, well, sometimes wasn't great, and the heads would drop. And I feel like the heads dropped in that Dreadnoughts game. I look over at this Saints sideline, happy as Larry. They know they've just conceded. They don't feel defeated. But if Rushmore come away here with the win, then I think they're going to be leaving that game going, oh. And a much bigger kick here this time. Caught by 82 of Oxford. He's
breaks
found
to a
way,
gap.
And I tell you what,
Just tripped him, but he found a gap. I'll give him that.
I tell you what, it's going to be a good return. It's going to be like at the, I'm going to take a guess, take our little punteroonie. I'm going to say at the 43. Could be wrong. I'll wait for my man with his eye in the sky to get on as the Oxford offence retakes the field. Now again, what I want to see from Oxford is more proficiency in these small chunk plays, because realistically they wouldn't have an extra 6 on the board if it wasn't for 45 yards worth of unsportsmanlike penalties on the Rushmoor Knights. Side point, ladies and gentlemen. Awful day to wear jeans. Unbelievable. My legs are so hot. So here we go. He's looking. Just throws it up for Moa Knox.
Moa Knox has got it again!
Oh my God.
Down the line! And brought down just before the 20.
Wow.
That, unbelievable again, really, isn't it?
They've done it again. They've Oxford Lanced the ball again.
And this number 8 right in front of us here.
Absolutely. He's going to get hit with the Chris Tebbett classic. Sensational from Moa Knox there.
Excellent work.
Chris Warren's exactly right. Considering everyone thought this was going to be a 70-point blowout, I'd say they're right there. Happy. Two right. The Saints are happy, and they should be. You make plays like that.
Great throw down the line again Moa Knox staying quite close to the sideline and bringing it in beautifully, you have to say. Brilliant.
And Sharples has got the arm, and he's got it, and he's looking again. He's looking for...
Bit too far that time. But again, you know who they're looking for.
The wind is very much blowing in the direction.
Looking for the sidelines.
I tell you what, Sharples has got that. He's got a cannon. We can't deny that. The Sharples rocket. So here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 23. From the Rushmore 23. Here we go now. Moa Knox stood just in front of us. Defenders playing off of him. Great snap. Moa Knox looks for 40 but just cannot get it off. 3rd and 10. Okay. Seems to be a great play, could potentially be going nowhere as they see a 3rd and 10. But again, Lance's energy here in the Saints.
And the kicking hasn't been great today, but you have to say 3 points would be pretty huge here as well.
Yeah. 100%. If they walk away from 3 points then, okay,
it's a good drive.
then you make it a 1 point game. Oh, sorry, 1 score game.
Yeah.
Paper rolling about on the field. Okay, another great snap. Sharples is looking for...
Looks to the far end. Oh, and a huge job. A drop in the end zone.
Lord.
Beautiful throw.
Beautiful throw.
Let's go, Henry. Let's go. Focus on the ball.
So here we go. Doesn't look like there are any calls for the punting unit of the Saints.
They're not settling here. They want this. And they feel like they can do it. I mean,
look at that. I mean, it was mere fingertips away from this score being very, very close. Can the Saints dial it up one more time? Maybe a full start, I think. Maybe a hard count. Nope. Sharples is looking. And he throws it for Moa Knox. Oh,
that is
wow.
Brilliant defending there.
Oh, and that was some 8 on 8.
What a matchup there that was. Brilliant.
On my Rushmore roster, I do not have a number 8. So if you know who that number 8 is for Rushmore, that was good from him. Yeah, can't complain. Yeah. You know, you can't really complain there. The ball was directly going to Moa Knox. But the 8 for Rushmore just managed to swat it out of the air.
Those are the kind of plays Rushmore needs to be making at this point in the game as well. Big stop, and now they can just advance on their lead that they've already got.
Here we go, but here's the thing, like, sometimes you see these plays and you go, oh no, if only Oxford did this. No, both teams did absolutely great there. The ball was on the money, but number 8 for Rushmore just managed to get it. Hands off to Seckwaller again, running left.
And I mean, you know, how do you stop him, really?
Honestly, like, it seems as though that he's just got the vision and the power and the speed. You know, like, as a running back, I believe someone said it earlier. He's one of the best running backs in the country, and he is. And he is, because of plays like that. Cheeky 10 yards. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just cheeky 10 yards. Let's not worry about it. Spread here again for Rushmore. Seckwaller's got it again this time.
No, it's a keeper.
Stitt's got
Quarterback's got it. Stitt
Oh.
trying to find the gap. And, I mean, it's not a bad run from the quarterback on the keep. I think he's gained a couple of yards, possibly.
Oh, I was really worried there. I thought we had a... I thought I heard someone let out a guttural moan, but no, we're good. And it's going to be another first down here. This time a run from Stitt.
I didn't realise he got that many yards.
Sometimes. Oh, thank you, Ben. Mesa Kessa is the number 8 for Rushmore, and what a breakup. What a breakup.
He's had his hands full. covering his
No flag.
opposite number.
The defensive player for Oxford managed to get back, but Sekwala's still going. He's
Oh
going to have a
my.
first down, changes direction, and even more. Now, I don't know. It seems to be. Could this be the heat? It seems that. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb. I'll say it's not the heat. I just think it's Sekwala.
He's warmed up.
Yeah, he's just going. Yeah, he's like, nah, enough of this. He's going, enough of this.
He's taking the game literally into his own hands, and I mean, you can't stop him at the moment.
No.
He looks just unbelievable.
I'll tell you what. Again, sometimes I like to use the Madden references. Sekwala's got his X Factor going on at the moment. Burning hot. He's on fire. Sticks thrown it, gets it to number 89, runs out the outside. But he's 89,
He's
still going. Okay. Going to be out of bounds. Very, very close. I thought that he went out of bounds a bit more towards us, but hey, refs are telling me different things. And then the sticks go down, which means Rushmore have got themselves a 1st and goal. And the Saints looking to do another goal line stand. They have had one today. Can they get it again? Spread here for Rushmore.
Is that a handoff?
That was Chiamba, number 30.
Not quite in.
Not managing to punch it through the defence of the Saints. Rob Hughes there preventing the tackle. As Ben Harris dives onto the field to protect some of his plays. Still spread. Sun beating down again here in Oxford. It's a handoff again. 2:30. Rushmore think it's a touchdown. What's the referee saying?
Have said.
Yeah, but it's going to be another points on the board.
And that will make it a 16-point game now. And
I tell you what, we can hear the Oxford head coach, and what exactly we do have a Saint down. We do hear the head coach of Oxford saying there is time. It's still doable.
There is time.
And you know what? He's completely right. The way that Oxford have been playing today, with these big splash plays,
no reason to count them out.
No reason to count them out now. You know, don't get me wrong. When you're 29 points down in the first half, then I feel comfortable going, you know, it's difficult. 16 points down in the third, you've just scored a touchdown. You were very, very close, so close to scoring another touchdown.
Yep.
Both with the drop by 85 and the break up by Rushmore. The Saints just need to capitalise. It really is. They need a touchdown on this drive, not this drive.
Carpenter. It would help.
Imagine if they did. Carpenter, number 6, looking to kick it through.
Kick is up and good.
And there we go, an extra point. 35-18, the score here in Abingdon.
17 points may sound like a lot, but I do think this game is far, far from over. Oxford have been playing really well.
Truthfully, and I think it might just be because I'm trying to push that narrative. I think that those extra points are going to come into the extra points missed by Oxford are going to be the things that come into play here. But Oxford defence seem maybe again. I feel really. I can't say the words. I feel like the Oxford defence are letting their foot off the gas because I don't think that's the case. I think that Sekwala has just put his foot on the gas. And I'm not saying that his foot wasn't on the gas in the first half. I'm just saying he's found a new gear.
Yeah.
He's found a new gear, and that's what I think's happening.
And that must be absolutely terrifying if you're stood opposite to him and he's gone into another gear higher than the one that he had in the first half.
His Sport Tank Madden X Factor is engaged.
I would not want to be a Saints defender at the moment. I would not want to be in any of them heavy pads at the moment. It is beaming down in Abingdon in Oxford.
Good kick, spiralling through the air. Seeing if it goes out of bounds. Taken though. Oh, and that's going to be a great bit of recovery there from Rushmore. And the Saints are going to be pinned back.
Not what they needed at this point.
No, not at all.
But we have seen them pull off these amazing big plays.
Here's the thing. They've got a lot of field to play with.
And they seem to like that better. We've seen, I mean, Moher Knox has brought in a couple of big plays. And a Saint is down on the field.
Could just be it's getting late in the day here. Calls of water, very much. And anyone not from the south of England, that's water. I'm aware that I completely just went full south with that one. And they're having a lovely thing of water. I had a lovely hot, delicious raspberry Lucozade. I believe it was Chiamba number 30 scored that last TD for the Knights. I'm going to try and get you some scores from around the league. As you know, as these teams take on water, and much they should be taking on some water. Obviously, we've got Norwich versus the Olympians. Currently 13-0 to the Olympians. Devils definitely having a hard time of it this year, well, so far anyway.
They'd have to pull off a miracle over there, I think.
Our very own Oz. I'll give you one score from around the league. So it's about to kick off. Gateshead 46, Doncaster 13. And I'll do some more. I'll wait for the next break of play here. As now it's trips now. 82 seems to be completely unblocked. And that's who he's looking for. Oh,
overthrown, I think, yeah.
They spotted that. Okay. Michael Gray telling us Q3, Scunthorpe 28, Yorkshire 20. Let's see what's going on in Chester versus Humber. Chester 19, Humber 6 in Q3. Bobcats 29-6 over the Stampede. Big score there for the Bobcats. The Apache lead by just a single point.
Second
Sharples
down
is looking
here.
for a run here. He's got to find something. He's being chased down, but it's going to be a gain of 3. Fair enough. Seems to be 6-7. So Q4.
Sharples.
Oh, Justin Leicester telling us there was some decisions made.
The Saints quarterback moving quite gingerly.
And that's not what you want to see if you're a Saint.
Absolutely not.
Sharples takes a seat as the medic comes over. Number 12, the new QB in. So the Warriors, South Wales, they scored a touchdown, went for 2 points, but fell short. They currently are losing by a single point to the Apache. Oh, and half-time, Ouse Valley's undefeated season's in jeopardy. 10-0 to the Cardinals. Someone give me the Aztec score, please. I need it. I need to have it in my life. (14-6), half-time. So Alex Sinclair now, the man in at QB for the Saints. Sometimes it's just that easy. Yeah, I think that's because he's back up. But Alex Sinclair now. 14-14. Thank you, mate. Final score. Oh. Wait, South Wales won? Someone keep me informed. I'm interested in that game. After that performance last week. Sharp has been helped off the pitch. Oh. Not what you want to see. And I tell you what, if he sits out the rest of the game, you can't say that he's not had an impressive debut here for the Saints. But Sinclair takes over.
An impressive performance from the number 2, but now the number 12.
Sinclair is looking, and what a ball!
Broken up.
Another break up there.
Excellent defensive work again from Rushmore.
Was that number 8? I'm trying to look at the camera. I think it was. Having to really squat down, and it was.
I mean, he's on fire, that number 8.
Oh my Lord, again. Get the X Factors up and rolling. One day we'll have the technology to just highlight these players and be like, wow, look at this. But we don't have right now.
We'll try and get the timer first. I think that's the
yes.
first step.
Okay. I don't know what's happening in the chat, but can someone please give me an actual check on that South Wales Apache score? Because from what I've heard, Apache won it by a single point. Apparently the punter's forgotten. It might be a timeout situation here for Oxford. I feel like maybe with Sharples coming off, people thought maybe they had a bit more time. And the punt is blocked.
And out the back of the end
It's
zone.
going to be a safety.
And it will be.
I tell you what.
2 more points added on for Rushmore.
And I tell you what, it seems to be that the Oxford Saints, I'm sorry, Chris Warren, I know you're watching. Oh.
Seems like they've crumbled a little bit. I think
seems to be a cavalcade of issues there. You know, Sharp was out there. We're looking directly at him.
Special teams. I mean, the punting unit's been quite good, but special teams.
But you see that, like, the punt went up. You see that their punter barely got onto the field there. You know, you don't want to call a timeout, but maybe you just have a timeout, so have it there. And a 2 points added on for Rushmore, just like that. I'm not going to say it. I know it's difficult sometimes when your QB goes out. Sometimes, you know, that's an automatic head dropper. You know, that's a head drop situation, but they're playing well. Just hang in here. But the thing is, though, that's safety. 2 points on the board.
And the ball back, of course.
And the ball back.
And we've seen what Rushmore have done in the past few drives. I mean, Sekwala's been on fire. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do with this drive.
There. And Sekwala's got it.
That's not good.
And he's
down
got
the left-hand side.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh
yep.
my!
Yep.
That is.
Yep. There we go.
That is ridiculous.
And just like that.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's the one man you did not want that punt going to. Sekwala. That is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah. See, and there we go. And again, Chris Warren. I'm sorry, but I may have to agree with Alfie now. I think the crumble may be cooked. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's exactly right though. You know, the safety, the ball. Like as soon as that ball touched Sekwala's hands, I'm like,
you knew where it was going.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and Carpenter looks at, and a game that was, you know, flag on the play. Looks like there's going to be too many men on the field, as we had a player.
As much as we can say, Oxford have crumbled in the past few minutes. We cannot overstate how impressive they were in the first half. And you know what?
The game's not over.
No, of course not. Of course not.
But again,
we do want to state that Oxford have impressed us. I think
it's one of these things where it just seems to happen in threes, doesn't it? You know, Sharples goes down, then the punt goes Hayward for a safety. Then Sekwala gets the ball, takes it in.
Is that a fake? It is a fake.
It's not a fake. There was
Was there just a problem in the snap?
a problem with the snap. They couldn't quite get it off. Score stands 43-18. And a game that did seem fairly not undoable for the Saints. You know, it's now looking a bit more problematic
A
for
huge mountain
tell
to
you what,
climb
there's
now.
all from a busted punt. Okay, so Apache won. I don't know what's going on in the chat. Well, I'm not going to worry about that game.
We're here.
We're here. I don't know what's going on. I just want to know the scores.
You know, I think this has been, you know, quite a. From what we predicted beforehand, this has been. I mean, it's been brilliant. I feel.
It has been brilliant from the Knights, but again, it's. See, and there's some frustrations growing. Is that the Oxford Saints? And I'm sorry, they can't hear me. They're all down there. The Oxford Saints beat themselves.
Yeah.
The Oxford Saints beat themselves, and one thing, like one card falls from the deck. Sometimes it seems like it's an error, and then an error, and then an error. You know, it's not Sharples' fault, but a big kick. Going to the left. The game's not over. It's not even fourth quarter yet. And that goes out of bounds. Oxford are going to take it on the fourth.
It's happened 3 times now, I think, this game.
I don't really understand why number 6 of Oxford decided to do that. I completely agree with Rushmore, number 20.
I didn't see it, unfortunately.
So what number 6 of Oxford did was, after the whistle had been blown, fully blown, he ran up to number 20 and grabbed him by the jersey. I didn't see what happened potentially in the preamble,
Yeah.
but the whistle had blown. There was no need. Absolutely no need.
Seems like frustrations are getting better of the Oxford team a little bit.
Very, very interesting.
We've seen it all game, though. I mean, there's been quite a few times where, you know, after play's finished, it seems like players are still going after each other. And, I mean, as much as it's exciting for us to watch, it's not what you want to see in a game like this.
It's one of these things. It's like what I said in the first half. The Oxford Saints are a team that sometimes is desperate for just a deep breath and a, whew, okay, now we're back. Do you know what I mean? Sinclair takes a snap, hands it off. I believe that, unsure of, yeah, Moa Knox, their absolutely fantastic receiver, is the man who was in at the running back position there. Doesn't seem to get any yards from it. Heat's getting to the players, it seems. You know, we said this scientifically. Heat makes your head go. Making my head go. Oh, unbelievable. 2nd and 10 here for the Saints.
Can't quite get through that gap. It's brought
It
down.
seems to be like Oxford have had to rejig some things. Now that Sharples potentially isn't going back into the game, I'm unsure. He's been taped up.
One of his
Gonna
cleats is
sip of
off as
water.
well.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for Sharples now. But we'll see what Sinclair can do. Don't want to overlook the
No.
backup.
3rd and 10 now.
Knox in motion.
Dribbler of a snap. Sinclair has got it, and he's trying to make something of it. But nothing is there.
And I think it was a low snap there. And I think
It's one of
that's...
these things. Snap's been good all day.
Yeah, no, but that play is, you know, it was a big down as well. And
Again, it really does feel that the Saints just need that deep breath, just relax.
and luckily
a bit.
the punter's remembered he's punting this time. So hopefully a better punt than last time.
Almost stacked. My feet hurt, in case you're wondering. Alfie's looking at me because I've just taken my shoes off. So here we go. Punt is off, and punt is good. That's going to bounce out of bounds at... Let's see where the ref's going to line himself up. Okay. Looks like it's going to bounce out at the 30-yard line of Rushmore. Manages to get it away. Manages to get it away for him.
So Rushmore starting at, went out 25. Can't quite see where they're going to place it. No, at the 30.
Dead on the 30.
Yeah.
See, we go now, Rushmore. With a score here, it'd be easy to say they're running away with it a little bit. Off some errors from Oxford. But again, the Oxford defence has been good. A hand off.
Is that Sequala? I don't think
No,
it
I don't
is.
believe so.
No.
I believe that's number 30.
Might have taken Sequala out of the game at this point. No need to make it any worse.
I believe that is Chiamba, number 30. In, and he gets a good, to say, a 4-yarder game there. He's got the great swag on, he's got the jersey pulled up slightly. Get that airflow in. Let's hand off to him again. And he's running left and he's going to have a first down. And more. I think that's going to be a gain of what looks to me, like 16.
And it seems like this, we've said it before, the Rushmore offense seems to have kicked into another gear. And it seems like the Saints are just struggling to deal with it.
And it seems we have another Saint down. You know, I forget who said it. Oh, thank you, Lucy.
It's number 5 down, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it was Lily who says that, you know, it's the heat is getting to these players. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. It's absolutely roasting. These guys have been putting on a great performance for both teams.
Can't quite see that number. I thought it was 5, but... Yeah, it was 5. Yeah.
Might be number 4. He's walking off a bit funnily.
Oh yeah, him as well. I thought 5 might have been down to a knee, but... So, it's a Rushmore first down. Tebbs has his shoes off and we are getting comfortable here in Oxford.
My feet hurt, it's so hot. I've got jeans on and they're absolutely roasting, ladies and gentlemen. I might even do something even more disrespectful. Take a seat here, because I don't have to work the cameras. Watch it be end of quarter and Rushmore go up this end and I have to stand back up again. So here we go. Stitt's got it. And he's juking, making people miss, but number 6 has got him.
Impressive tackle that.
I'll tell you what, big slam. But it's going to be interesting. He's still going to... It is going to be end of quarter, isn't it? I'm going to have to get up. Oh. Called it. Looks like there's going to be a gain of 2 from Stitt there.
Doesn't look like much on the sideline. Doesn't even look like, unless they place it.
I think it's going to be, I think they're going to replace it when they swap. But from what I could gather, it was a gain of 2. It's going to be interesting to see. So it is Q4. Yeah, but it seems to be Oxford Saints shouting for a new QB for the Knights. We'll try and get a number on that for you.
Yeah, Stitt is out on the sideline at the moment. Seems like he's being benched now. It feels like the Knights feel like this one.
Benched. Like,
No. I just mean put on the side, away from any chance of injury. Feels like the Knights might think they have this one all tied up now, and you could probably see why.
You know, Stitt's had a very good performance. He can sit under the... I always forget what they're called.
Gazebo.
Gazebo. That's like the 5th time I've forgotten that word. I just can't remember the word gazebo. I want to say like teepee, but it's not a teepee. So Daniel Stokes, the new man, under centre. We're in shotgun.
Oh, no.
Dribbler over snap. Number 6 is looking for it. No. Oh, and Oxford have recovered the ball. Okay. Okay.
And that is a horror first snap for the new quarterback in. I mean,
they're not going to be happy with that.
not at
It's
all.
going to be interesting to see
No.
what they do here, though. So it's great field position for Oxford. Can they put some more points on the board before the end of this game? So I'm waiting to see, and I believe it is Sinclair back in. I'm looking over at the sideline. Yeah, and there is Staples, number 2.
Still limping.
Yeah.
In some Crocs now as well.
His game's done. You can't change into the Crocs and your game not be done.
Can't get back out there in Crocs.
So
Definitely not after the Crocs.
left now for the Saints. Moa Knox in at running back, but he flexes out. So now into a quads. So it's going to be a pass. Sinclair's looking. Oh, almost.
Dropped again.
Into some double coverage there, but I tell you what, seems to be that maybe if he had a bit more stick on his Nike Vapors, we'd be looking at a big completion.
Well, no, it was a good throw as well from Sinclair. Only been in the game for, 2 drives, if that. So a good throw from him and an unfortunate drop again.
The thing is, Chris, I'd love to go to the bar under the stands, but I'd have to do a full commentary while I'm there. I'd be like, okay, I'm walking through the door now, but I shan't. Same formation again, moving out to quad, so it is going to be Sinclair trying for a throw. Here's Q4, and Sinclair's looking left.
That blitz was
Wow,
fast.
and the ball
a fumble
is out.
And recovered by
Just
Rushmore.
like that. There was the Knights were just hunting down Sinclair. And as clean as you like, ball is out, recovered by Rushmore.
Sinclair was under pressure almost immediately.
100%. And it does seem to me now, and you know what, I do understand it a bit. I think the heads, I think they've dropped. I think they have dropped. Again, I will not prompt me and Alfie to have our end of game discussions just now. The Q4's just started. So I'm not going to be doing it just yet. But Rushmore have another chance. Now Stokes still in at QB. You know, he's got, I think anything can be better than what happened last time. And there we go, and it's going to be a run. And that's number 30, Salu. And we've been told to call him that, so we will. I also know where they keep the ice machine. They've got an ice machine here. Unbelievable stuff. Why are you telling me this in Q4? I've been drinking hot Lucozade all day. And so the run from Salu goes backwards. Second and 11 for us. Well, the heat's even getting to me. I can feel it. I've definitely burnt the back of my neck. I can feel it. Here we go. 2 receivers on either side. Sekwala back in at running back. Stokes is looking, but batted away by number 5 of the Saints.
Excellent break up there. And I bet when they saw Sekwala was back in, I bet
Yeah.
some fear was struck into.
Well, here we go.
Saints.
Sekwala's still in. 4th quarter. 3rd and 11. Yeah, just hand it off. Wouldn't surprise me. Sharples, not Staples. Sorry, I've been right on the edge for some reason of calling him Staples all day, but it is Sharples. And I'm sorry that I messed that up. I've been very good all day. Bit of a low snap. Hand off to Sekwala. Running
Excellent.
very horizontally, but he's going to have a first down.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, he ran right to the sideline and he still got that first down. Unbelievable work from him again. And
Again, just amazing.
really
Just
is.
amazing. It's a pleasure to watch him play football.
Yeah, 100%. And as much as Oxford probably won't like to admit it, I think they'll think the same thing as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No. No.
Yes, he is a pleasure to watch him. He's
No,
a good player.
Pleasure, it's a pleasure to watch him play like Wembley or Portsmouth. It's not.
It's a 4th down, not a first.
Okay.
They're going for it though, it seems.
Yeah, but it's a 4th and inches. QB
There's a
keeper. Stokes is running.
Got
We've got
the
the first
first.
down.
Yeah.
Interesting. I really thought it was a first down, but
Me too. I was convinced that was.
so it's going to reach a point now, 7 points away from a 50-pointer.
And it's a bit of a shame. I feel like Oxford probably didn't deserve.
The thing is, it's a 50-pointer, but you still got 18 points on the board. Okay,
Yeah.
but we'll get into it. I don't want to throw to the ending part yet.
No.
But I know it's coming. It's around the middle.
Let's get lower.
I believe that's a new running back in, and it is. It is. I certainly haven't seen. That's number 26, Sebastian. New running back in. 2nd and 2 now for the Rushmore side. Seems as though they are going to keep that undefeated streak going at the top of the Central. We'll say that. And it's a QB keeper.
Well done. There we go.
Flags on the play.
Flag in the backfield.
I struggled to think where that came from. I wasn't watching the backfield in that.
Potentially just could be a hold. We haven't seen a lot of
Possibly.
holding calls today.
No, and this would be the first one. Move the flag forward a bit. Still not sure what.
Rushmore just keep pointing. Just waiting for the white hat rev.
I'm waiting to see what happens.
Seems as though, from how the referee's pointing, it is going to be against Rushmore. Well, the ball's walking that way, so it's definitely on Rushmore. So. Taking a big walk back. Yep. So there you go, 10-yard penalty from
That's
the
the
spot.
first holding call of the day, though. Both
Which I guess
lines
is good.
have been pretty good,
Pretty
except
free.
the full starts. But
So 2nd and 9. Yeah, that's fair. There we go.
there's a free play, I think.
Stokes wings it over the top to 85. 85 just can't get his hands on it.
I don't see any flags
I
on the
believe
field.
that they called for it. The defensive player got it and got back before the snap was called. So
Well,
all good. It is going to be a 3rd and 9 after that incompletion from Stokes.
nice to see the Oxford defence still hanging in, still making a game of this. I mean, maybe not with the scoreline, but on the field it looks like you're in 3rd and 9 now for the Rushmoor Knights. Flags on the field, and that will be a full start and another penalty for Rushmoor.
Rushmore just keep going back. Still a 3rd down here. They're going back. It's going to be a 3rd and 14, it's looking like. Certainly is. I'll try and get you some scores from around the league. Newest comments. Always good. So Doncaster score 8 or another touchdown, 60-20 Gateshead over Doncaster. 14-14 seems to be the final score in Lee versus Lancashire.
Here we go, 3rd and 14.
What can Stokes do here? Deals it out to Carpenter, the kicker. Not going to be enough for a first down. Not even
No go.
close.
4th and 10, I believe. Maybe
I
4th
tell you
and
what,
9.
there seems to be
Possibly 8.
a very close game kicking off in the north. Scunthorpe 28, Yorkshire 26 in Q4. Chester currently 19 to 6 over Humber. Okay, so Stokes is looking on this 4th down. He's looking for Seckwaller, who catches
It's
it.
a great catch. And can this man fail at anything?
It's 12.
It's 12. I am. Yeah. Okay. Good. I was gonna
Great
say,
play then.
Jesus.
I was about to go, oh my lord.
Good catch from number 12, though. We'll give him his props instead.
Believe Bobcats have beaten Hereford, potentially keeping Bobcats maybe even in Division 1.
Be Alex Wyatt with that catch, that number 12.
Nottingham shut out Northants 24-0. Now those are the scores on the doors. And it's a handoff. 26 is rolling through.
On the fucking play!
And from what I can gather, as we do have a Saint down, seems as though the London Warriors are going to be taking the W home. Aztecs, this is what I got about 8 minutes ago. Aztecs on the Warriors 30 with 2 minutes left, 17-14 Warriors. The field goal didn't have the distance. So it seems as though... So a water timeout. I've got nothing but hot water. You can see it's boiling. Horrid. I wonder how much is left. I wonder how long is left. Just gonna have a montage of people drinking water here, to be honest. Tell you what, Oxford have got a lot of ripping. Well, not a lot. They've got 2 jerseys that are on the. That are definitely on the fritz.
Once he gets to that point, you're going to fall onto his ankle, so he can't properly go anywhere.
So trips left. We're back in now.
Stokes will throw it to his right. Stopped before the line as well.
And Stokes gets it at 12 again, but goes backwards.
And that will be a 3rd and 11 by the looks of it.
This seems to be now just Rushmore just testing out some new stuff from Irons. Going for it on 4th, why not? 3rd and 11 for Rushmore. It's going to be a run. Just runs into a mess of Saints. Pushing forward, he's still on his feet.
The play's been called dead, and
Stop of forward momentum. So yeah, the Warriors seem to be in victory formation somewhere in London, and the Warriors are going to be taking it from the Aztecs 17-14. Aztecs were up 11-0 at the half. 17-14 Warriors.
Bit of movement on the D-line.
Stokes is looking. And a missed
Stokes
tackle.
goes. Brought down just
And a
after the
big-
chains.
And a big tackle from 32 there is not going to prevent the first down for Rushmore, and a timeout called for the Knights. Seems to me that these Knights, I think they're trying out some of the new stuff, but I think they also may be burger hunting. It's going to be an interesting one when you have just how well the Saints have played.
Very impressive.
But 2 games where you're going to be potentially giving up, again, I'm saying potentials here, giving up 50 points. You have scored today, and we'll get into it. As soon as that 2-minute warning hits, we'll do the preamble. We need to have water timeouts and things of that nature. Yeah, I completely agree, Chris. You know, people are very tired out. It's very hot. It's almost 5. So here we go. First down. Bit of a low snap here. Stokes is looking.
Excellent.
Stokes is on the move. And I think Stokes is in. And just like that.
And there you go. And that surely is game over.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So Carpenter is on. Stokes now the holder. So 1 point away here from a burger. And it's up.
And it's good. And another point added on to Rushmore's tally.
It reminds me of a game I watched here in Abingdon last year. The Saints versus the Apache. The Saints were in it for the first half. It was looking good, looking great. I believe they were even in it for the 3rd quarter. But it just got away from them. Again, it's going to be interesting. Gonna wait to see.
Some very tired Oxford Saints on our sideline here.
But it's one of these things where, you know, because they've scored 18 points, there's no mercy clock. They're still with very much in regular time. Clock can stop on everything. Again, I'm still waiting for this second. And we see their QB, Sharples. He's obviously, we knew he wasn't getting it back in, but he's changed into his civvies. Grey Crocs, like clay-coloured Crocs. As Rushmore look to boot it away. And just a good bit of power there.
And another flag from a Rushmore kickoff.
And another one. It seems to be that's like the 4th or 5th one today.
I think that's 4th, yeah.
But it seems Rushmore don't mind their opponents starting on that 40. So it's going to be interesting. What can Sinclair and the boys cook up in what could be Oxford's last attempt to put some more points on the board? And I tell you what, a lot of players, not just the Saints, but the Knights as well, they're looking a bit drained. Yeah, Tammy, I'd have to agree. I think the Knights are going to improve to 4-0 after this. I think I can say that. We're not going to start the preamble just yet. It's going to be a handoff to Moa Knox. He's got space. And he keeps going, breaks down, keeps going. Saying he stepped out of bounds there, but a great run there for the man who has brought such joy and happiness to the fans of the Saints.
And you have to say he has had a really, really good day today, and that rush just adds on to it, really.
I'd say, if you're going to be looking at MVPs per team, Oxford's one, you've got to give it to their number 8, Moa Knox. Just absolutely fantastic play, catching these great ones. Again, their QB, obviously, Sharples has had a great game. Friends, big ones. His 2024 season debut. Moa Knox is running again. He finds another lane, and he spins out, keeps going. Is that going to be another first down for the Saints? And it is.
Another great play from Moa Knox.
It's one of these things where I think Rushmore have got to 50. I think they're happy with it. And now I think they're letting the foot off the gas. And Moa Knox is just like, well, this game's not over yet. There's time on the clock, because he just maybe ran 28 yards in 2 plays. He's moved out to receiver now. Fitzpatrick in. And 40's got it. Bit of a high tackle. Breaks it. Keeps going. Okay. Yeah, Oxford. Yeah, you know what? Oxford aren't going to let this lie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not entirely sure if Oxford are going to be taking home the W, but you're fighting till the very end. And that's what we love about the Saints. And another set of downs now for the hometown side. So, 2-minute warning here in Abingdon, which means that we can get into it. It's like, normally you get into it when there's not something like this happening. When there's not a play from the 15 happening for a team on the other end. But, first half, you cannot say these Oxford Saints weren't impressive, and they were in it all the way.
Yeah, I think they really shocked us here. I think they shocked their opponents and maybe even a little bit themselves. They were just very impressive in that first half, and I think they did themselves proud in them first 30 minutes of football.
So they're going to be lining up in trips, and just an easy pick. I'm so surprised. I don't know what happened there. I don't know who Sinclair was aiming for. I don't really know what happened there.
No.
If I'm completely honest. That ball went directly into the hands of that Rushmore player.
You'd have to say almost a miscommunication, but I don't know.
Normally like an interception, you get like a big thing from the commentators, but I'm more bewildered if I'm completely honest.
Oh yeah, with that, yeah.
It seems to be like Sinclair was looking for a quick pass, but there was no one was there. And that ball couldn't have been more perfectly delivered to that Rushmoor Knights player. We're inside the 2 minutes. So again, Saints I think have done very, very well today. Though, again, I do think Saints beating themselves, obviously not the fault of their starting QB, going down Sharples, who's had a great game. But Sharples went down. Then it was 4th down. The punter came late onto the field. Ball went out the back of the end zone. 2 points. Then the free kick off the safety ended up in the hands of Seckwaller, who immediately ran it in for a touchdown. And Salu there with a great run in the dire moments of this game. No timeout scored. Those 3 things, I feel like, completely wiped away. You know, we talk about the Madden meter sometimes, as we do have an injured Saint down. We talk about the Madden meter sometimes. Who's, what colour is it? What team's got momentum? As soon as those 3 things happened, the momentum completely shifted for Rushmore. That Madden meter, that X Factor meter, whatever you want to call it, went red, went baby blue, whatever you want to call it. It was Rushmore. But at the end of the day, Saints look impressive. They obviously have improved, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Saints can do moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, here today, I think, that old saying of it's a game, this is a game of 4 quarters and 2 halves, and they only played really well for them first 2. you know, feel like they lost it a bit in them last two. But you know what? Against possibly almost agreed as the best team in the division, Rushmore, I think that they can say that, you know, maybe they've lost here today, but they can go home and say, look, we've done ourselves proud and we can kick on for the rest of the season and hope maybe something can come of it.
I feel like there's a lot more hope as we've got another new QB in. Oh,
That is
wow.
an excellent
And
throw.
Carpenter is going to take it in for another one.
Is
Oh, wow.
ridiculous.
Wow, wow, wow. Carpenter just delivers. And I can't imagine the Saints are going to be very happy about that.
It was a great throw, and I didn't see who had thrown it. Was it a new quarterback in?
It certainly was. I believe it was their number 13.
Oh, my. Excellent throw. Excellent throw.
Excellent reception from Carpenter. But,
Yep.
you know, dying minutes, you've got the game. I can't imagine that people are going to be very happy about that.
Well, the Knights, well, they're playing till the final whistle.
I mean, you look at the Saints. The Saints were close. That interception. Here we go now. The man who scored the TD is going to be trying to kick it through here for one more to take it to 57 points. A burger with some extras. Here we go.
Oh, hits the post and it's no good.
So here's the thing. I do think if you're the Saints, you can definitely take some good things away from this game so far. They did hang in there with the best team in the division for, I'd say, 2.5 quarters.
Yeah.
You know, it's just consistency now for them. Though the issue that they had, the snapping, fixed. The fumbles. Where are the fumbles?
One today, but
One.
not as bad as
Compared to 3 in the first quarter last time against Portsmouth. The tackling has been better. The thing is, can you really have big tackling energy and getting people down behind the line of scrimmage when you've got number 42 for Rushmore, Sekwala, who's just been fantastic. Realistically, he's been great all game. He's been great all season. Definitely one of the best running backs in the country. However, you know, the theme and the end of the game. So here we go. Score line here in Abingdon. Rushmore 56. Oxford 18. So there we go. So as soon as the touchdown was caught, it became a running clock and time expired. That's just how it works. Again, if you're the Saints, hold your head up high. Rushmore improved to 4-0. They're still on top of the division. But as we were just saying, the MVP, as it tends to be in these Rushmore games, is going to be number 75, Dan Hatcher. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. What a player.
What a player.
What a player. What a man. What a hero. What an idol. So, ladies and gentlemen, scoreline 56-18 to the Knights. To the Knights. Ooh. But again, good for the Saints. I think they've had a good one. It's going to be interesting to see what they do next time. Ladies and gentlemen, next week we will be at the home of the team that just barely missed out on beating the London Warriors. We will be back at the Aztecs before I sail away to the European League of Football. I'll still be around, but that will be my last game for a little bit. I will be sailing off, and I will get that in there. You know, watch Rhine 5 versus Cologne Centurions on the 26th of May. No, we're not talking about that right now. We're going to get into some of the scores around the league before me and Alfie bid you adieu. See if there's any. So the one we do know, Warriors 17, Aztecs 14. And I'll tell you what, very impressive. The Aztecs were up 11-0 at the half. But the Warriors managed to pull it back I don't have to give anyone any apologies. So full time. Oh, this would have been a corker. Yorkshire outlast the Alphas 32-28. Our own Oz telling us Gateshead run away with it 67-20 over Prey for Donny. Lee and Lancaster finishing a tie 14-0. Now I'm not sure if I've got anything from the Stags. Nothing from the Stags. Seems as though Chester are smashing Humber. We got a full time. I imagine Chester won it. Q3 they were up 19-6. The Bobcats beat the Stampede in a critical matchup for them. Though there were some disputed score lines, seems as though the Apache outlast the South Wales Warriors by a single point. Sorry.
Warm Lucozade break for Tebs. Lovely that.
Oh dear. I wish I had some updates for you for Ouse Valley versus Ipswich, but it was 10-0 an hour ago. And the Caesars shut out North Dance 24-0. Now let's see. Okay, 28-6 the score. The Olympians lead the Devils. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week in Bristol. Or will you? Will you? What's the date? Oh yeah, you will. Yeah, sorry. My date's gone. You will see us next week in Bristol, as I believe it could be a double header. We'll get that out to you. But ladies and gentlemen, from me, Tebs, and from Alfie,
Goodbye.
ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week. Scoreline here in Abingdon: Rushmore 56, Oxford 18.